Hello, friends. Namaste. This is Mahendra Sapa. Lately, we have been seeing that there is a lot of misinformation and confusion going on with regard to NRC, National Registrar of Citizens, and CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act, that got passed by Indian both houses of parliament, upper and lower. So, what is CAA? So, CAA is basically a quicker mechanism to allow persecuted minorities from neighboring countries to gain Indian citizenship. This means that those whose respectful life in neighboring countries like Pakistan, like a day before yesterday, there was a huge chaos in Peshawar, I think, wherein a Sikh girl got kidnapped and converted, followed by one of the Sikh guy who got killed, right? So this CAA ensure that these persecuted minorities have a quicker way to gain Indian citizenship, right? Now, what is NRC, National Register of Citizens? That's a simple mechanism to ensure identify the genuine citizens of India through any means. They can provide their birth certificate or their Aadhaar card, which is similar to Social Security card, or even at the minimum they can have, I think, three people assuring that this person is of Indian citizen. I mean Indian origin. So basically, NRC is to account for all genuine Indian nationals. That way, the infiltrators that have come through mostly from the eastern border of India can be identified and removed from India. Keep in mind, unlike US, India has three times the population of US and one third the land of US. And importantly, if you compare the US economy and India economy, we are not that strong. And with this kind of overly populated country, we cannot afford any illegal burden, specifically when they're not educated and they get involved in different criminal activities. So, how and where did this both CAA and NRC need came in? Well, the origin of both of these act is in the partition of India, which was in 1947. The bloody partition of India in 1947 led to mass migration, wherein majority of Muslims, good number of Muslims, moved from Indian part to Pakistan, and a good majority of Hindus moved from Pakistan to India. But still many did not move. They, like, for example, there are millions of Muslims that decided against going to Pakistan, and there were millions of Hindus and Christians that have decided against moving from Pakistan to India. Now, they were all assured that both countries will take care of their minority population. Now, India kept their promise. As per the census data between 1947 and 2011 or 17, the Muslim population in India grew by 15%. And this is on the record. You can do your own research. At the same time, the Muslim population in, the Hindu, Christian, Sikh population in Pakistan, it declined from roughly 23-28% to less than 2% in Pakistan. And as a matter of fact, until 2017, uh, Hindu marriages in Pakistan were not considered valid, right? And you will see daily cases of rape, conversion of Hindu, Sikh, Christian girls, and happening in Pakistan. Similarly, in Bangladesh, at the time of independence, there was roughly 30% Hindu population. As of today, that Hindu population has dwindled down to less than 6%. And if you look across the continent, across Indian continent, there are thousands of temples, Hindu places of worship, in a very bad shape. In fact, there are temple or two in Pakistan that have been used as toilet, right? So the whole objective of Citizenship Amendment Act is to provide a quicker mechanism for persecuted minorities in neighboring countries to gain Indian citizenship. It has nothing to do with any of the Indian citizens. Similarly, the National Register of Citizens is just to identify all of its citizens and later on identify infiltrators that are causing social unrest in India, right? And just remove them. So that's CAA and NRC. Now you may wonder that if that is the case, why is there so much unrest going on in like different parts of India? So for that, let's look at the chronology, right? So once the CAA got passed and the NRC, by the way, NRC, CAA, NRC, this both act has their origin in 1950s. Okay, it's not that Modi government came today and they started this. Keep that in mind. And with regards to NRC, it is state specific, meaning when the partition took place, and thereafter there was East Pakistan became Bangladesh. Millions of Bangladeshis sneaked into India, and being Assam being right at the border of Bangladesh, it took major hit, and their culture, ethnicity, and everything got threatened. So they created a movement, and in response to that, the Indian government in I forgot the exact year, but the Indian government came up with Assam Accord, assuring the Assamese that the illegals will be removed, irrespective of the religion, from their state. You know. So, anyways, I don't know why I digressed into NRC again, but that was a good piece of information. So, coming back to what led to this protest, right? So, if you look at our 2019 calendar of Indian Parliament, in 2019, Indian government led by Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, they passed and resolved critical issues that were on their manifest since long time. These critical issues include removal of Article 370 in its entirety, which from Jammu and Kashmir, right? Second, there is something called triple talaq, meaning if a Muslim guy says talaq, talaq, talaq 3 times, the Muslim woman is automatically divorced. She has no, she, I mean, she's just left for herself to, fend for herself, you know. Now, this law is just in India. None of the Muslim countries has this triple talaq, right? Similarly, the Supreme Court of India, all five judge benches gave a resolution in favor of Ram Bhagwan temple in Ayodhya. So, because the current central government, the ruling government, was able to resolve all the key thorny issues in one go, the opposition parties, they kind of felt threatened in the sense that if this current government continues to execute its plan and solve all the major challenges, they will not remain relevant, right? So if you look at the chronology of the events, meaning the protest against NRC, so the NRC protests, the major violent protest started in West Bengal. If you remember West Bengal's history, is full of communist people. And later on, for past 10-15 years, there is a Muslim sympathizer, chief minister Mamta Banerjee. And West Bengal has the maximum number of illegal infiltrators that has come in from eastern border through Bangla. I mean, from Bangladesh, right? And majority of visuals, if you watch, will kind of give you confirmations that this could be potentially infiltrators doing all the damages, right? And thereafter, you see there was a lot of noise that took place in Jamia University, followed by New Delhi, right? So now Jamia University, JNU, they're all famous for international activities. And in Delhi, there is elections coming up, and the current chief minister, Kejriwal, he has been failing at every front. And since 2000, since the beginning of 2019, he has been giving a lot of lollipop freebies like free internet, free travel for women, and all those, just to hide his his own failures managing managing the territory of Delhi. So he knew for sure that he will be losing the Delhi election, and hence you will see a lot of these violent protests taking place in Delhi. So, anyways, in nutshell, the this protest, violent protest, are intentional misinformation created by India's opposition parties and fully backed by neighboring countries' social media Twitter handles. And their sole objective is for them to stop Narendra Modi from developing a peaceful, stronger, and prosperous Bharat, India. So feel free to do your own research, and if you think I missed something or something is inaccurate, I strongly advise you to post your comments. Thank you. Appreciate it.